Well, hi. Today is Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. Tomorrow is the big day. It is going to be the Council Bluffs Area Chamber of Commerce annual meeting at the Mid-America Center. So if you have your tickets already, then I will see you there tomorrow night. I'm part of the Council Bluffs Business Connection, and this group will be handling everything at the 360 photo booth. We are the official sponsors of that. So make sure you stop by and say hello. And if you would ever like to come in and visit the Council Bluffs Business Connection, we meet every Thursday morning at 7:30. And just send me an email, toddstuder@gmail.com, and I can get you all the details. And then after that, if you feel that this is a good fit for you and would like to be a member with your business, well, then I'll get you in touch with Blake Hunter, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. He is our president. And also Blake has a new podcast out talking all about insurance and some of the different things that you should be aware of when it comes to homeowners insurance. So his podcast, Hunting Home, his latest episode is out now. Coming up shortly, we will be visiting with Brett Berkebile. He is with the AIM Institute. He's the director of technical training, and we're going to learn all about what's going on at AIM and their mission for our part of the world, and also things that are coming up with the AIM Institute. So that is just ahead. As I mentioned yesterday, the plan was to get out and do a little hiking in the warm weather. Yeah, I got that done. And hiking in January and not all bundled up and wearing snow gear, I'll take that anytime. And it was definitely enjoyable to get out and be able to do that. So hoping that you can enjoy some of these warmer temps that we are going to be experiencing up through the weekend, it looks like. So I'll just take advantage of that anytime that I can. I saw a satellite picture just recently, and this was actually over central Nebraska, and there's like no snow cover at all out there. It has been one of those winters where we just haven't gotten very much frozen precipitation. So for me personally, I like it. For the kids with sleds that got them for Christmas, no, not so much. Travis Waldstein with AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning, and Hayden Waldstein Plumbing, proud supporters here at Morning Coffee. And we need to get Hayden on pretty soon and talk about how the plumbing business is going, different things to look out for. And also, we should probably have Travis on again before the Super Bowl with the Chiefs taking on the Eagles. Yeah, I made some comment yesterday on social media that I'm kind of hoping that the whole game ends on a controversial call and the Chiefs win, because I know there's a lot of you that depend on that for your social media content. It just seems to be one of those things that people have caught on, and they're convinced that the NFL and the referees want the Chiefs to win, and they're just going to make all the calls go that direction. Well, you see what you're looking for. Look, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I don't hate them. I don't love them. I'm just kind of neutral. I do like going down and watching a game. I think that it's one of the best tailgating areas that are around. But listen, it's bad calls go both directions, and a bad call does not necessarily equal a conspiracy. Just one man's opinion. Also, so we get Travis on to talk about that, and who knows, he may want to talk a little bit more about all of the conspiracies going on with the Chiefs. The best wrestler in Council Bluffs, that is George Ivanoff, and his team is ready to help your young person take it to the next level with wrestling. And they're out at tournaments, it seems like nearly every weekend. We'll get George on again sometime very soon to talk more about what's happening at the Best Wrestler, some of the different things that they do for the community, and also ways that they can help your young person advance their wrestling career. So go to thebestwrestler.com to learn more. And GT Motors, they're at 21st and Broadway in Council Bluffs. They've constantly updating their inventory. So if the last time you were on the lot, you didn't find the vehicle that you were looking for, it's good thing to stop out there frequently. The cars coming in and off the lot all the time, so you don't want to miss out on your opportunity to own a quality used car. GTMotorsCB.com is their website. Joining us now, Brett Berkebile, Director of Technical Training at AIM. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I think you and I first met at that awards night, which was that was just a ton of fun. To get over there and see all the young people that were being recognized that evening.
Yeah, that would have been our annual AIM Tech Awards back in, that was on November 14th. So that's our annual
Wow.
fundraising. It's been that long.
It's been that
Yes.
long.
We've been through a very cold winter. It seems like, if I remember correctly, it was almost perfect that day. I think it was
Yeah.
in the 60s,
It
which
was yes,
actually
it was.
today's a very good day too. So we've been we're lucky. But whenever we talk, we bring good weather, I guess, so we can do that more
That's
often.
the idea. That's the idea.
November 14th was our annual AIM Tech Awards. That was over at the Peter Fink uh, private car museum. So that was our night to recognize the contributions of the tech market, of the local tech ecosystem, as you mentioned, the young folks contributing to tech, as well as our annual awards gala fundraising night. Yeah, that was. That's correct. I think that was the first time we spoke. It was great having you out, and thanks for joining the cause and supporting the cause.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. Anytime that there is an organization that really focuses on young people and giving them opportunities that they may have not gotten otherwise, I'm a big believer in that. And that's what AIM is all about. I mean, you are not only in Omaha, but in Southwest Iowa as well. You're helping young people find a path to get into a career in some type of field in tech.
Exactly. So our mission is focused around promoting a more diverse tech workforce, whatever that means to you. That can mean diverse in ideas and thought, diverse in demographics, diverse in socioeconomic status, diverse in ethnicity, whatever way you want to take it. Our mission is to create interest around STEM and tech amongst the populations we served. Many of the populations we serve come from either low income or first generation college backgrounds, as well as other marginalized groups. For example, we have a lot of initiatives focused around women in STEM and women in tech, or people of color in tech. We have programs around refugees and immigrants. There's a lot of different focuses that we have. All of it under the overall mission and value of just promoting a more diverse tech workforce here locally in the two-state area, or the two-state region of Nebraska and Iowa, where we see there's a huge need for these high demand, we call them H3 jobs, high demand, high skill, high wage jobs in the marketplace, where because of various barriers or obstacles into tech, I could give you infinite reasons that we don't have time to discuss as to why those barriers exist. Our goal is to knock down those barriers and create access points and decrease those barriers of entry for those to pursue an exciting, awesome, rewarding tech career, where the limitations are limitless, I should say, as to the type of journey that awaits if they pursue a tech career. It's very exciting.
It's exciting for the young people that are involved with it, but also it's exciting for you and for other staff with AIM, because I can only imagine how rewarding it must feel to watch young people come into the program and then watch as they advance through and using some of the things that they're learning and doors opening wide open to them that probably
Mhm.
wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Yeah, so, and we run the full gamut. I want to make it clear. I mean, while I oversee all of our adult-facing tech training, we run the full gamut, K through 12, into adulthood, as far as STEM programming in the region. So we currently have K through 12 programs, even in Council Bluffs. So we have a presence at both Wilson Middle School and Kerr Middle School. We extend that partnership up into Thomas Jefferson High School, where we just engage students at a young age, get them interested in STEM and tech, and then, of course, as they progress through our pipeline, now we're in high school, where we start talking about not only career development but post-secondary education. As I mentioned, we work with a lot of potential first-generation college students. How do we prepare a pathway into post-secondary for them, whether that's a 2 or 4 year degree? It could even be just a certification pathway, and then we extend that programming into our, when we deal with young adults, which is the primary population I serve. What you know how can we be a resource, whether it's our free accessible training through our SWIFT program? That's the Southwest Iowa Free Technical Training that we'll talk about here in a few minutes. or depending on whatever their needs are, we're going to meet those needs. So I think of myself as just an olive branch. I'm a community resource to those that come to me and they need access to different tech programs, or sometimes even their best pathway might not be through AIM, but it's my job to navigate them to those pathways. It's super rewarding. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years with AIM. And full transparency, the reason I'm no longer in my previous career path is because I didn't adapt and embrace technology. So I'm a career marketer. My degree is in marketing management, which when I went to school, digital marketing was not a thing. So I'll date myself there. Digital marketing and landing page creation and front end code in the marketing space, and digital campaigns and email and drip campaigns, that wasn't a thing. I learned that I developed that skill on my own in my experience, but the reason I'm no longer in the marketing space is I didn't embrace code and programming. I can get you as a marketer, I can get you to the website through my different campaigns, but I can't build the website. So that's why I'm no longer competitive in that space. The company's not going to bring me on and then have to turn the project over to a third-party web developer when they could pay one person to do it. So I'm no longer competitive in the marketing space because of my inability or lack of understanding into how to embrace and incorporate tech, in this case, front-end web development, into what I did. So through that experience, I'm able to relate that experience to those that come through our program. And look, even if you're not in the IT space, even if you're not in a quote-unquote tech career, tech is everywhere. We have to embrace it. If you don't embrace it, you will get left behind in this marketplace. It doesn't matter what career you're looking at pursuing. And I try to counsel the adults I work with just to understand, look, even if you don't think it's, the skill you're learning here is relevant, I promise if it's not relevant today, it will be soon. And you will be left behind if you don't embrace it.
Yeah, and it's a process, and things are constantly building. Technology is moving forward. You talk about dating yourself. I go back with audio, and if you're familiar with the term cutting and splicing, I was actually physically cutting with a razor blade, splicing things together with tape, writing with a grease pen on different pieces of tape in order to be able to put together something. And now it's all digital, and and who knows where it's going to be in 10 years, but that has got me into the world that I need to be in for the field that I work in. So a lot of these young people getting exposed to this part of it early on, it's going to set them on a path of probably continually learning all the way through their career. And this is getting them used to that idea.
And it's really just around creating awareness. There's so many, especially. I don't oversee the youth programming, but I've been in that environment enough to see that we counsel so many of the students on the skills they already possess. They don't understand that they're tech skills. These kids grow up in schools with Chromebooks or iPads or whatever devices the school furnishes them. Many of them have smartphones as young as. My daughter's in second grade. She has friends that have smartphones, which that's a whole different conversation. They grow up with a device in their hand, or even, when I was younger, staying up till 3:00 during your summer break, till 3:00 in the morning, playing video games on your summer break. There wasn't a career in that. I can confidently say now there's careers in that. Interest in video game design, interest in, videography, photography, and not that those weren't career fields, but having that skill set, it's applied in so many other places. And I work with so many students that are like, you understand just, when you're working with so many of the different applications on these devices, they don't understand they're learning a skill that is just so ingrained. They don't even understand it's a tech skill that's relatable to a career one day. And so it's the collection of aha moments, especially when we introduce students to coding and block coding for the first time. They're like, oh, you mean Minecraft and Roblox is coding? Yep, it sure is. And you're learning how to do it as you play games. So it's those aha moments that when that light bulb clicks and that they're aware, oh, you mean I can do this and I am doing this. Yeah, absolutely.
And not only that, they can now go home to their parents and they can say, no, I'm not wasting time. I'm actually learning a new skill here, working on the computer.
This guy told me I don't need to go to college. No, you didn't hear me say that. I always say, you didn't hear me say don't go to college, but you did hear me say that as long as you can possess the skill set, and so much of this, especially with the desperation that's out there in the marketplace to hire these positions, a good work sample and showing a mastery of the skill set. And again, no one's hearing me say don't go to college, but these careers are very accessible to students even right out of high school. If you put together a great work sample of your work, and you can market yourself effectively, and include links on your resume. I mean, the these companies are desperate. They want to keep jobs local, but there's such a gap, a skills gap in the area, in the region, and such a lack of awareness into tech careers. I think so many people just aren't aware that, I mean, right out of college or high school, there's six-figure salaries awaiting them in this space if they want to pursue it.
Well, and this is lines right up with one of the podcasts that we produce out of here is Designed for the Trades. And it's the whole concept behind it is not for young people to not go to college. It is to consider the trades as an option. So, and this is the same type of thing, that it's an option. You're not telling people don't go to a traditional 4-year school. You're just saying, look, you have different options here that are available to you. And if this makes sense for you, and if this fits into what your interests are, then this is a path that we want to make sure is available to you.
Exactly, and I think our programming falls in line with that. We're just making those that we work with aware of other opportunities, and it doesn't have to be a 2 or a 4-year pathway. It can be an apprenticeship or certifications. There's apprenticeships available in the tech space, so we can consider that a trade when you think of it that way. So, yeah, and because of the different free resources available, Southwest Iowa Free Technical Training, our SWIFT program being one of them, where you're getting an accredited course pathway, a college level pathway at no cost to yourself. All of our programs are generously funded through our local partners at the Lakin Foundation here in Council Bluffs that make all those seats free. Come in, take a 12 to 14 week certification in front end, or remote desktop support, or Python or SQL or database engineering. It's all there. AIM Code School and the SWIFT program on the Iowa side are just just a few of the many different free or low cost resources available to pursue those certifications.
Well, we had talked over the past weeks and a couple of months, really, that with one of the SWIFT programs, I believe it was on web development, that is going on right now. The class has already started. And what I was saying, my belief on that and what I was excited about was, if someone is considering that as a possible career change, this is a free way to find out, do I have aptitude for this? Is this something that I would like to consider and to pursue? And they can make an entire shift in where they might be at and be exposed to something brand new that they may have had an interest in, but they didn't really know. But now, because of AIM and because of the Lakin Foundation and everyone else involved, they can find this out without putting out a bunch of money for college classes.
Exactly. Not only that, we actually message that a lot to the young adults that come to us, whether they're at Iowa Western or Metro or any local institution. Hey, come to us. We have a lot of college freshmen, a lot of college sophomores as well that come to us and are like, hey, I'm looking at getting into computer science or AI or whatever. And I saw you have this free program, and I'm like, come take it. Why not take it as a great foundation, a supplement? If I'm going to take a class, I definitely want to pass it. I don't want to throw that money down the drain. So we have a lot of students that come to us in that capacity, taking our course as a baseline course for the future graded course they'll take at whatever college institution they're at. Or on the total opposite side of that spectrum, we have a lot of career switchers and adults, even middle-aged, or we even have retirees that come to us and like, hey, I heard about this coding. It sounds fun. I want to stay up to date with my grandkids, or I want to stay up to date with my kids. Why not take the plunge? And no obligation. There's no cost to yourself. Of course, it's a serious class, and it can be demanding. But that being said, the reward, no matter what. Everyone comes to us with a different motivation and a different value they want to gain from the course, and we get that. Whether you value the real tangible certification you get, or maybe you value just understanding the skill set and being able to relate to your kids or grandkids at a higher level, that's fine too. And we welcome all. These courses are available to all ages, but we run the full gamut, truly. And that's also what I like to see is when we sit down, we have that first day orientation, we ask everyone, why are you here, and what do you hope to gain from this class? And the responses just run the gamut, and it's refreshing and exciting to hear.
What's on the horizon? What's coming up for Swift?
So as you mentioned, our existing cohort is already launched. We are currently in the midst of two virtual options through Swift. We have our Foundations of Tech, which is a kind of a pathway into IT remote desktop support, as well as Foundations of Web Development. With it being winter and normally bad weather, we like to have our winter cohorts virtually. But that being said, our next round of classes will launch sometime in late April, early May. We hope to have logistics planned here the next couple weeks, and we'll send that out to your listeners and the network as well. So those courses will be in-person offerings starting in late April, early May at the Lakin Collaboration Campus, the new Lakin Collaboration Campus over on 14th Street. So that's what's on the horizon. That will be our Foundations of Tech pathway, as well as Foundations of Web Development. Those are our starter courses. More advanced courses come later in the programming. We don't have anything on the horizon there yet, but a really nice entry-level course for those to access would be those two coming up. Be on the lookout. We'll make some announcements on that again. Probably the last week of April or early May would launch our spring-summer cohort.
I like what you said about what's coming up is going to be an in-person. I remember back, we're less than a year into COVID and everyone was talking about, it's going to be the new normal. Nobody's ever going to work in an office again. And that was when I actually opened a commercial space because I could see, no, people want to be in the same room with other people. You get so much more when you are in an environment and can absorb that energy that's going on inside of that room that's past what you can do online. Online has a place. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're online right now, but that adds an extra component to it, I believe, to be able to actually sit down in person in a classroom setting.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I mean, my wife will tell me that no one wants to be in a room with me, but that's another different discussion.
Yeah, that's a therapy session. We can get into that later.
But yeah, there's definitely value there, and again, online has its place, but the in person, so much of the class is based on engagement, and people share experiences and share ideations and all that, and also being in that in-person environment allows our instructors to not only pivot curriculum, but pivot maybe the way curriculum is delivered. And so much of that is lost in the digital space, and I'll never beat up the digital space because it, of course, has its space. But and you're learning a skill just attending a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet call. But yeah, in person fosters collaboration, fosters cohesion, and it fosters diversity. That's our entire mission. So when we can bring unlike people into the same space and are able to connect with one another, we've made lifelong. We have participants who have made lifelong, friendships and relationships as a result of these classes. And many of them, it's actually kind of funny to see, many of them progress through the pipeline together. Maybe a small group of 3 or 4 might start with our Foundations of Tech class, and then 2 months later or 3 months later, they're all signed up for the same web development class, and then it go through the pipeline. It's really cool seeing that progression and the lifelong connections that we make.
Talk before we wrap up here, Brett. Talk a little bit about being in this part of the world in Omaha, Council Bluffs, and reaching out to be able to help folks. You've had a ton of support with the business community, with different organizations, different foundations that believe in what it is that you're doing, and I think that being located here, I think we're known for that. Of wanting to support and to be able to help, whether it's our young people or, as you said, adults that can go into this type of thing. So talk a little bit about being here in this part of the world.
I think, and you alluded to it, that a lot of people know. A lot of people don't know, though, too, that, the Iowa and Nebraska are kind of at the forefront of the tech ecosystem outside of the coasts. It's here. We've got a lot of heavy hitters in tech right here. Google is in your backyard, of course, south of Council Bluffs. Here in Omaha, we've got PayPal, Meta, LinkedIn. I could name more. There's so many just multinational tech conglomerates right here, but that, not to exclude the small mom and pops, the local tech shops and web development shops right here too. This ecosystem is thriving. And so many, when I meet with funders or different members out in the field, they're like, man, we really need some of your graduates to come our way because we've got level 1 jobs available. We've got internships available. the need is real, and these companies are, as I mentioned, there's a lot of desperation in the marketplace, and I don't think any of these companies truly want to outsource the work if they can keep it here. So the time to act is now. I mean, take advantage of the desperation in the marketplace, and look at the thriving ecosystem of tech right here in our backyards. And I think especially when I'm working with the young folks, when I say, Meta, Facebook, they have a data center right down here in Papillion. Like, really? Yeah. And so again, it's those aha moments, and they realize, oh man, like I don't have to. Because I don't have to leave. I don't have to go to California or the East Coast to pursue a career in tech. And that's also great because so many people are connected to this area, and that, we've got a lot of great things here, and the ecosystem is growing. And as the heavy players, the Googles, the Metas of the world, the LinkedIns of the world, as we continue to market and promote that those companies are here, we know what happens next. Additional companies are going to flood to the area, and then the demand and need becomes even greater.
AIMinstitute.org is the website if you'd like to learn more about everything that's going on with AIM, or if you would like to, maybe your company would like to contribute and be able to help out and further the cause of what's going on. You can get all of that information right there on that website. Brett Berkebile, thank you so much, sir, for your time this morning. We are always grateful that when we get to talk to you folks over there, and looking forward to the next time. And please don't be a stranger.
Awesome. Thanks for giving me the time today to share a little more about our mission. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Another warmer day on tap for today in the Council Bluffs area. Not quite as warm as yesterday. We're expecting a high only of around 51. You didn't know you're going to get the weather forecast here too, did you? But should be plenty of sunshine. And then Thursday and Friday, pretty good opportunity for rain. And temps back in the 40s again. And then by Sunday, we may be back in the mid-50s before things cool back off. But still, looking at the extended forecast, it's warmer than what we would typically see in January. And then getting into February. I mean, we're going to be in February by this weekend. What the heck am I talking about? That's going to wrap things up for this episode of Morning Coffee. Thank you so much for being a part of things. I'll see you back again tomorrow morning. My name's Todd Studer. Have a great Wednesday.